Pretty hard to talk about awesome in business and ignore Apple. What do they know and do that others don't? Well, let's have a look. In 1976, two guys in California set out to change the world, though they called it making a dent in the universe. They wanted to do it using computers, but not the huge mainframes of the time, a new idea called personal computers. There were several iterations of their Apples, all hugely popular, causing IBM to make the first PC and literally take over the personal computer market, in turn causing Apple to have to decide what they stood for. They did. And they introduced it in perhaps the greatest TV commercial ever made.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the information purification directives. Created for the first time in all history a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests, obeying contradictory laws. Unification of laws is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
In a world where computers were incomprehensible, the Mac was graphic and easy to use. It was completely different from anything else on the market, and it was a computer that stood for something. That was 1984. This is 2012. Why is Apple the most valuable and revered brand on the market today? Well, the answer is simple, except for the time that Steve Jobs wasn't there, they never stopped trying to change the world. It's evident in everything they've ever done. Have a look.
And I'm a PC. Hello, I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC.
store that sells organic mushrooms from Arizona.
This organic market looks pretty close to you.
How many ounces in a cup?
This might answer your question.
Oh, I knew that.
Millions of words have been written about Steve Jobs' genius, but in that 90 seconds, you could see everything that matters about Apple. First, everything is thought of from the user experience. No company in the world has been as obsessed with great design and the user experience than Apple. They consistently make us go, cool. And second, they never stand still or settle for good enough. They understand that innovation is an attitude that never says never. And third, they have total clarity of who they are and what they stand for. They don't make 20 things. They make and market a few exceedingly well. Steve Jobs loved the Henry Ford quote, "If I'd asked my customers what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse." Apple set out to make a dent in the universe, and they succeeded in changing the world forever. Now here's the thought. If this commercial were made by Janssen, and that promise was put out there, what would you do differently tomorrow? That's a question that Apple tries to answer every day.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
Instead of think different, your commercial might say, "We're awesome." Steve Jobs gets a lot of credit for Apple's success, and he deserves it, but it has taken hundreds of thousands of people to make Apple the success that it is. And that's what everyday awesome is all about. A clear vision or roadmap for the future, and a lot of committed people doing their part to bring it to life.